Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy discussed their arguments during Mad Max Fury Road filming. Mad Max Fury Road was a practical effects masterwork when it made its big screen premiere in 2015, standing out among the big screen's green screen marvels in Fast and Furious. This is on top of the highly acclaimed narrative, which saw director George Miller adapt his eponymous trilogy for the modern era. Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy portrayed post-apocalyptic soldiers racing over the desert on a massive armored truck in the surrealist film Fury Road. With the desert, real-world effects, and speeding through a scene in a truck meant to resemble a death trap, one can only imagine that tensions were quite high on set. The New York Times published an oral history of Fury Road's creation on Tuesday, and it quotes several persons involved in the movie's making who mentioned disagreements between Hardy, Theron, and Miller. Tom Hardy, who portrayed one of the 5 wives in the film, really had moments of frustration, of anger, according to Zoe Kravitz. Though I believe he was the one who really took it out on George the most, Charlize did as well, and it was unfortunate to witness. However, there were a lot of unresolved questions and a lot of questions being asked of these performers, so in some respects, you also can't blame him. It's important to note that the majority of the oral history omits details, and despite the fact that Fury Road was filmed more than 5 years ago, Theron and Hardy appear contrite and sorry. After all these years, I realized that I lacked the empathy to fully comprehend what it must have been like to take on Mel Gibson's role, Theron remarked. That is quite frightful, and I believe that we were building barriers to protect ourselves rather than admitting to each other that this is scary for you, and it's scary for me, too, because of my own fear. Let's treat each other with respect. We were acting like our characters in a strange way, everything was about surviving. Just as regretful was Hardy, who is currently playing yet another crappy character. He even said that he realized Miller's genuine brilliance long after the cameras had stopped rolling. Considering that Fury Road made $374 million worldwide and received 10 Oscar nominations, it appears that everyone moved past their disagreement rather quickly. I concur, Hardy replied. Looking back, I believe I was in over my head in a lot of areas. There were moments when the pressure we both felt was too much. I was the better, maybe more seasoned, partner she was looking for. Something like that cannot be mimicked. Now that I'm older and more ugly, I would like to think that I could rise to the occasion.